Hello, welcome to this week's Designer Diary. Now, I'm in one of these kind of in-betweeny weeks where my Kickstarters in the last 48 hours and the last emails are going out, and kind of all that kind of end of project stuff is just happening. I'm fielding any comments on the project page or on my Discord, and it's just kind of easy and going on. Um, the main task on my desk is I'm uh, writing for Heroes and Hardships by Earl of Fife Games, and that's a work in progress. It's not going to be done this week. It's just kind of it's just a task in progress. I've also got for myself a my first Zine Quest project, and I started that on Sunday. But again, that is still not complete. I'm probably going to launch mid-February for that. Zine Quest is in February, and it also falls under Zymo, which is Zine Month 2023, which should also fall in February. Um, so yeah, but that's again, no, 2.5 weeks work to get that one up and running. So there's nothing for me to kind of hold up and say, look, I did this, it's really cool, or I did this and I'm never doing it again. So, I don't have anything like that to show. Now, uh, what's on screen is a video made by Sly Flourish um, back in the summer, and when he was talking about it on Discord before it was released, he had this little kind of bullet point list here, 6 points. Now, these are not in order. It's not a progression. It's just a question of how do you personally feel that you know what defines making it for you? And for some people, it'll be this writing something that three other people enjoy. In the idea of putting it out there and someone actually buys it, and that's a really nice feeling. And I've certainly done that. Earning enough to pay your electric bill, well, I've certainly done that. And quit your day job and write for RPG stuff full time. Well, I've done that as well. The next one was get a paying job with benefits in the RPG industry. Well, I've actually, it's not a job I have to go to, but I work for Grim and Perilous Studios as an art director, and I do bits of work, and I get paid, you know, just for the work I do. Whenever that comes up, that's I think I can kind of tick that. Now the with benefits bit, I think that's in here because Sly Flourish, Mike is American, and Americans, you don't get any health care, you don't get I don't think you get a lot in the way of pensions, I don't think you get many social benefits, your education's expensive. Whereas I'm in Scotland and we get education to degree level is free. If you take out a student loan, you don't start to pay it back until you're working and I think earning above average earnings. When you do pay it back, it's only I think it's about 2% on taken off your earnings each month. And it's a fairly soft loan. If you haven't paid it all back in 25 years, they forgive the outstanding balance. That's a completely different kind of loan to what Americans eh, take out and how you have to pay it back. We have free healthcare and we have a whole raft of free, uh, well, they're not free really because we pay them through taxes, but there's all kinds of social support benefits. If you lose your work, if your income drops, if you're ill, there's all kinds of things that the states will do to support you. So this kind of with benefits is largely irrelevant, probably for most people in Europe. So yeah, I think that's probably more of a issue for Americans than it is for the Europeans. Now, these last two are what made me really think of this. Now, it was Adrian at Azukale Games that actually reminds me about this video about a month ago or so. No, it must have been this month. It was after the Wizard of the Coast trying to shoot themselves in the head with the OGL 1.1, 1.2, 2.0, whatever it might be. They the kind of the short and cynical version of it is they brought out a license that they wanted to steal ownership of everything that had been released under the original OGL. They wanted anyone that was making decent money to give them a quarter of it, and they, yeah, basically, they wanted to just own everything and be able to, if you are making money, they want to be able to take ownership of it and then tell you you can't sell it anymore, so they can then sell it. So yeah, it was a real kind of screw you over license. It's got all the third party publishers up in arms for D&D, but also the open game license was used by loads of indie publishers just because it was a really nice, easy way to enable other people to write for your games. But Wizard of the Coast have kind of got this. They're only thinking about themselves. They kind of are behaving as if the OGL is purely a D&D thing, which it certainly isn't. Now, the only company that's probably worse than Wizard of the Coast at the moment is Mongoose, who are under cover of the Wizard of the Coast, are trying to screw all the third-party publishers for Traveller and the CPS engine, CPS system. So yeah, they're kind of letting Wizards take the flak while they're doing exactly the same thing in the sci-fi world. Now, the name Wizard of the Coast is really being dragged through the mud at the moment. I'm not sure anyone would really want to, be proud of the fact that they're no, one of the leads at Wizard of the Coast. Um, so yeah, that's a funny one. Now, the starter gaming company that overthrows D&D, well, the company most likely to do that is Wizard of the Coast. Um, you know, they have part of the rationale for their mucking about with the OGL was about mega corporations competing against them using their own intellectual property, where the only mega corporations in the entire RPG world are Wizard of the Coast and their owners Hasbro. Um, but what they have done is galvanized all of the kind of SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises, galvanized them all into an alliance, and then you have things like Black Flag, and Pathfinder, of course, who are picking up people leaving the D&D world, both as creators and players. Um, so yeah, they've managed to you know provoke companies which could well overthrow D&D, unless Wizards actually find a way of backing down. So yeah, it was interesting how a perspective can change in just a few months. And really, everything was hunky dory in the D&D world in December, and everything is now kind of burning down around their ears in January. So now this is actually quite a good video. If you got it's mainly talk. There's not a lot to watch, so it's the kind of thing you can have on while you're doing something else. If you've got an hour and 12 minutes to spare, it's well worth giving it a watch. Um, Sly's really, or Mike Shea's uh, really cool. So I'll put a link to it in the notes for this video. So that's it. That's my ramblings for this week. Next week, I should have my post Kickstarter kind of debrief or autopsy and some other cool stuff out, I think. Okay, so thank you for watching.